Let's shake things up.
Go, ladies and gentlemen. This should be a fun one. OG up against Yellow Submarine. And well, if you haven't been following some of the previous days of this tournament, Yellow Submarine, they're not a team to write off. We've seen some very impressive stuff from this squad. With a track record that's only been blemished so far by a loss against Team Secret. And I mean, as we all know, everybody loses against Team Secret, so only so much you can take away from that. Of course, for OG as well, the only matchup that they did lose out on was against Alliance, and Alliance, of course, also looking very hot. But either way, every reason to sort of expect some good stuff from Yellow Submarine this game. We've got some big picks from Yellow Submarine. They're able to open up with the Void. You know, this is a hero that we're not seeing teams really get their hands on nowadays. One of the carries, arguably, that teams are favoring as the top carry right now in the game. But they've got it. They go for the first pick, and they've got some fantastic team fight around it. You look at sort of the whole combos that are coming out, and there's more than I can really list. Yeah, you got Chronos, you've got Cataclysms, Death Wards, into the Fifth and the Willow, the arena setup. It's all there. There's a lot of plays to be made from Yellow Submarine's lineup. And Fogged, are you there now?
I am here.
Yeah, Fogged, I've just given them the lowdown on Yellow Submarine's lineup. Give us a lowdown on what's going on OG's side and what looks strong from them.
Oh, baby. I see a Morphling and an Earthshaker on that side. I see a Chrono and some Cataclysm and some Death Ward and some... Ooh. Mars Willow as well.
I mean, it looks...
the combos on Yellow Submarine.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, overall, whose lineup do you prefer? Because as we were just going through, both of these teams, they've been looking, you know, Yellow Submarine's been looking just as good as OG if you just look at this tournament. Like, they have had some fantastic games, Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I do think that they can. So let's look at the lanes just in general, right? So Veno plus Earthshaker should be able to apply decent pressure onto the Void. They're already prepared for this pressure, though. It's gonna be a Witch Doctor. He can go heal if he wants to counteract it. Double Ring of Regen 2. Bottom, pretty strong lane coming up from Yellow Submarine. This one I feel like is gonna be real tough for OG.
And then Mars Willow, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and then we look at mid. I feel like the Morphling should have a pretty favorable matchup versus the Invoker.
I mean, as you sort of pointed out, yeah, the Veno is considered one of the nastier heroes for a Void to lane against, but having these two heroes with this build with the Ring of Regens, and if he does put points into this, the Voodoo Restoration, should that be enough to keep the Void safe against this lane, or is it still going to be difficult?
Yeah, I think it'll still be a bit difficult. It still applies with the Shaker too. It's not just the Veno.
Yeah.
You know, these double up and creep waves do add up. Wow, they're actually able to find the kill down bottom.
Yeah, that's you don't really expect this duo lane to let kills go down like that. That's a bit of a rough loss for the start here for Yellow Submarine.
If you give up too many kills down here too, it starts to become a very difficult lane for you to actually apply pressure versus that silencer. They're gonna have the heal kicks in. I've seen No-Tail do this every time in the lane. He just maxes out the Leech Seed, and it makes pretty big difference. You actually can't go for these trades, so OG with some very strong lane setups. I feel like they're actually winning maybe even all three with the way they have it set.
If you're going by the CS on the first few waves, it certainly shows that is indeed the case.
Look at bottom, like they're like well into level 2. So bad as well as collapsed, still level 1. Lane does not feel like it's gonna get too much prettier. They don't get that experience back in check.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the thing. As long as Bib1's very careful with his positioning, as ranged, it's, you know, they're never really going to be able to walk up a combo. And No-Tail might be a little easier. So bad, does he tick out this? No, he won't. He will be able to live. So they get away with the kill this time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Double lanes, yeah, mid. Continuing to just be a lane where Topson is getting further and further ahead in this matchup. They're trying to do his best to find something. Overall, Topson just getting the most out of this.
A little bit of a battle in mid right now. Topson has to back away here versus that cold snap, though. Already very strength morphed up, doesn't hit very hard. And bottom, we do see them fix the lane right away. They get a little bit of a pullback. You see OG's trying to fix the positioning of it too, because Middle doesn't want to play this far forward here versus a Mars and a Willow. He wants to be playing a safer place toward his tower.
Up at the top. creep wave control, also just being favorable for OG. Seb able to get the wave back round and make sure it meets nice and closely to his tower. So, able to TB fine mid lane. Topson, he does live on the edge here. He just knows there's not going to be any sort of high burst from the Invoker's out of mana. Bottom lane another time. There's, in mid one, he's getting those +2s very early this game. 2 already. It's just 3.5 minutes in.
The 2 points in leech seed. It's like I said, I don't see too many other people doing it, but OG, they've done this if the 5-position tree quite a lot of times now for no-tail. Working out very nice as they're able to pull the lane back, get into a good position, and OG, now they have the lane in a good spot again. So again, we've seen it, like, YeS somebody always wants to pull the lane close to their tower, while OG always wants to do the same so they can both kill threat like that. Topson finds himself a DD.
Yeah, this mid lane was already hard. Mio's still finding something out of it considering how hard it is, but now Morph that has a DD as well. You're probably going to say goodbye to a lot of the creeps.
Is under attack.
Yeah, look at Topson aggressively using the glyph there. The glyph to pressure him under the tower there, gets him secure, denies. And Mio, he's just, look at this, he can't get any last hits. Topson just preventing him from getting absolutely anything. Every single deny.
Bottom lane, this time they do get the kill. And getting rather low for it, but losing anybody, so. Sure, but it is still just no-tail going down mid one, of course, living throughout it all, and even when he loses no-tail, the wave's always in a position where mid one's still able to farm. More of a benefit really for mid one. Solo XP space, and no-tail comes back in, and he tops him up. Talbot and clarity, mid one's able to stay. Staying very strong.
At least they're able to get the bounty runes secured on YeS Submarine because they did push him away, so we do see the bottle for collapse filled up. But yeah, we're really seeing those lanes. Look at that, all 3 quite in the lead for OG.
Right, Topson's going to be hitting some very quick timings this game. To the point where, what can you sort of do about this morph early?
Dire's middle tower.
Can you make any sort of move on him?
You have to be a little careful. Have to get the tornado off. It can be pretty tough. Topson's actually just turning on him. He's hitting him under the tower.
He's out of mana, so he can't do anything more yet. Again.
Ooh, killing him is definitely gonna be difficult. They can get him though. They do have a lot of control coming with their lineup, but it's definitely gonna be one of those difficult tasks. Because it really feels like he's always gonna have a front line. Like the Venomancer is gonna act as that one. Seb is gonna build tanky so that he can be the front line for Topson.
Yep.
And they always have global and tons of different heals and protection, so those feel hard.
Once Saps, obviously later on as the blink, you're going to have another way of sort of just jumping in and huge area of effect. Stunned. Buying time for the morph to play around, dance around. Of course, eventually, maybe seeing him go down the Ags route, out against them. Bottom lane. Mid one, can he get the kill in time? He is. He actually might live. The heals it from the living armor. Mid one's not going down. They're just going to be able to clean up the 2 of them.
Oh boy.
We're 6 minutes in. He's got 8 in out of this lane already.
He's got Midas too. It's going to be coming out already.
Midas 2? I didn't know they added that to the game.
Yes, Midas 2. We never put it past OG. They just invent things.
Seb does go down on the top lane, but even though they're killing Seb top, it's not going to allow them to match how far mid one's going to be this game down bottom. 4 kills, Midas done.
They have a lot of tools to get on mid one, though. That's the thing. It's still a fragile silencer that they have as their Sith laner, but they have this Morphling as this also other carry.
Bring Mio in down bottom.
Okay.
TP in, see if they can do something about mid one. He's able to get the global silence off in time, so Mio's not going to have instant follow, but he's still caught in the root mid one. And looking back into another, EMP's down. Vicious going to come out to try and buy some safety for mid one, but it's not going to work. Mio, this is sort of Mio's strong points that we've seen from him before. He knows when to make moves, and that bottom lane is certainly need a move to be made. He's down there as the Invoker, and he allows them to kill mid one and finally put an end to his reign, where he's been able to just get away with all these free kills so far in that safe lane.
Up top, Maledict's out. Living Armor's up onto Seb, though. Will it be enough to keep him alive? Haste. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, this Maledict tick is going to take him out.
Nope, what is him?
Oh my goodness, these raindrops today.
Raindrop OP.
Yeah,
OP
we're
item,
seeing it
everybody.
multiple times. Just keep people alive with that final tick of... Well, yeah, usually the Mallet...
Living armor plus that little bit of raindrop, actually
Yeah.
enough to keep him alive during that aggression. That was chrono use too, for them to try to make that move.
It was also him having to TP back to base Shatora to refuel poison damage.
Yeah.
So he's
That
got
Mio gank on bottom though, it was mid one when he got his Midas delivered, he didn't use it, so he wasn't able to get it off during that. So it may have been a 6-minute or 7-minute Midas, but he didn't use it until that 8-minute mark. Sometime delayed.
Yeah, a bit of a slip up. I think still mid one's going to be very happy with how this game's opened up for him. I mean, as I said, anytime you're sort of getting in steal this early in a game, it's going to be feeling very good.
You might get more.
If they can have the damage for collapse, turns with the spear. Mid one, does he want to dive this? He doesn't. Keep it cool, focus on the creeps.
And it's also important to point out that the hero that he's taking in from is one of those that really, really needs the int, the Mars. This hero has gotten buffs recently around the intelligence because you didn't even have mana for your spear plus ult combo in the past. He's pretty close to not having that right now.
Ooh, they're going to try and go on mid one. They've got the arena drop down. Collapse is getting low, but the backup's there from Mio and so bad. Mid one will get the kill, so hey, he'll be like, you know what, whatever. +2. I got it, I'm out of there. He does die. I mean, they are killing him. They
don't mind that though. Topson's getting free farm. Seb is pressuring top. It's a good kill for Yellow Submarine, but like, I don't think they care too much on the side of OG at all.
No, I think that as you said, Topson in this sort of game, he's the carry.
And he's going in. He might even find Yatoro here.
Has he got the damage? He's gonna try. He's gonna put the mask out. All the bashes! All the bashes! All the bashes! Has he got any more? Yeah, he strike back actively by Topson. The Topson's away. Mio is able to pick up another down in that bottom lane whilst he remains down there. Finds No Tail. The bashes coming out for Yatoro, but mid one's in. Gonna drop the curse out. Oh, back this. Space this void.
Radiant's bottom
By
tower
him
is under
just in and out of
attack.
the tree line there, almost able to find Topson.
Radiant
A lot of players may have just died there to adaptive, but playing around the tree side there, very nice. And they're pressuring bottom here too to get some decent amount of space and farm, as they really need it. They're being slowed down a lot. You're only a 1K difference, but you really feel it in those cores.
He's going to come in. They're going to look for the setup here. They haven't got the arena. They won't need it. Spear's out. They've controlled him. Mio dominating on the Invoker. He's done it so many times before at this event, coming out with his Invoker plays. And, you know, obviously, he's a bit newer on the block compared to someone like Topson, but I feel like there's definitely similarity in their playstyle. Mid lane, he didn't get quite the credit, but he did get the shift off in time, so he's more than okay. And now Yatoro's in trouble. The fear they could just save them, and it will. Pushes them back. They won't be able to continue to focus down onto Yatoro. He gets away. Mio running down mid one. The cold snap out. Living armor is there, keeping mid one alive. But they got the damage to take him. They have. Mio gets the kill. Now mid Saxa. He's got the Fisher set up on a Mio. Seb comes in with a Gale, but it's under the tower. Topson dive in for this. He's going to try going in aggressively onto Mio. Mio's in with the Ghost Walk. He's stepping away, but the sentry is down. Mio within range of it. He's trying to raise up a stick charge. Mio, he's able to turn with the cold snap onto Topson. Mio's going to get away. Now Topson's taking a heavy fire from the Death Walk, but he is shifting up. He's okay. Saxon taking hits from the tower. Seb diving in from the posture for the Revoodoo restoration. He's the posture alive now. Collapse. He sweeps across. He's got the control on Seb with the arena down. Yatoro's got the bashes in onto No Tail. No Tail pops the overgrowth, but Mio snipes him. Gets him with the tornado. The tower heads come in. Now Topson's been surrounded. He gets taken out. 11-5 now. As Yellow Submarine coming in with the big plays. I mean, you got to give more respect. I feel if you're OG against Yellow Submarine, this squad if you're going to start bringing them fights behind the tier 1 tower, Yellow Submarine is going to have the coordination to deal with them. We've seen it before. We're seeing it here again. And their players are starting to pop off. Mio, he's 5-0-3, and you're a fan of this game. Fox, he's going to go straight for the BKB on him both.
Sure, versus Global, versus like pretty much all magic damage. You block glaive damage as well. You block everything. It looks good. That's huge there for them. Just the way that they set up and respond. They bring everybody. Even though they didn't have all their ults available, they had just the Mars ult, just little spell usage there adding up. And just pushing OG up. OG just really trying to push the issue forward there and just gets punished. I mean, what? Another first hit bash, of course, catching Topson off guard, but yeah, just OG playing over aggressive. Great response from Yellow Submarine.
Mid lane. That's just going to be a bit of a poke onto Seb.
Just knocks out all his mana.
Yeah, have fun now. Always the worst feeling.
They need an Arcane Boots. He's going to have to get it. They don't actually have a pair, so Seb, they'll have to go finish those up soon. These EMPs are going to cause problems. Very low mana pools on every single one of the heroes of OG except for the Silencer. EMP will literally break the fight for them. Big space. Jotaro, he's finding that space to farm now.
Yeah, they're catching up. I mean, we sort of saw at the start, you know, mid one and Topson in particular, he was having complete free farm, but you know, little over-aggressive moves from OG mean that this game is set back to straight even on the net worth between these two teams. Top lane, Sax has been found. The arena's off the mark, but it probably won't matter here as Collapse should have the control and damage to take him out. Death Ward's going to be dropped too to make sure that Saxon dies quickly.
Look at the defense around mid tower too. They're just making sure that they bring as many heroes as possible. Like if OG's going to bring 3, they're going to bring 3 to respond to stop this push. Toro with the TP available too, so he can counter game with that Chrono. OG's still farming a lot though. Topson, he's just chilling back now, gonna go for finishing that E-Blade. And then he'll probably go for the axe, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, does he really need to go for the axe this game?
Yeah.
It feels like it's an option there for them, but it's not like he necessarily needs that strength in particular to be able to counter any of the heroes on yours.
Oh, he's farming extremely aggressive here.
He's going to pop me off, but he's certainly gone.
Yeah, you know, actually, now that you mention it, I actually think he might not go for it. I mean, it's because I think he's playing into Willow. Like, Willow is actually one of those that ruins at the roots. Like, you jump and you just get caught in a ruin, you get brought back to the floor.
Yeah, you need the Manta, right?
I think he needs Manta or BKB on Topson after the E-Blade, just to make his life easier.
Top lane Collapse. Oh, spear off the mark.
Spear.
And with that, Collapse. Got anything else? No, they're just going to have to use the Overgrowth to hold Collapse in position. Midbon's there on the high ground with the damage as Midbon can get back to stealing in.
Oh, look at his mana pool. Oh, it's getting to that point.
Actually. Low, Topson. Go for some Witch Doctor action here. Try and close in, but Mid Poshka actually quick enough to step away at the point that Topson can't chase. Over towards mid, Jotaro was going to TP in, but instantly cancels it there where he sees OG sweeping around. They've got the Chronosphere ready to go if they want to try and do something mid. They don't have their Saxa just tries to step in here with the Fisher. He's going to get the Echo out. Global as well. They're stepping onto Mio. Is he going to go down? Topson zips in with the spear back. Mio's still alive. He's ticking down low and he won't force the point. Toro jumps over onto Saxa. They're able to get down the Shaker in return. Moving in with the Willow. Trying to get on top of Seb, but not quite enough damage from the Willow now. So Sobad has to back off. Another curse comes in from Midbot. Pretty low. Zip in from Topson. Adaptive Strike. The infused raindrop. Keeping Sobad alive, and that will save him.
Dude, these raindrop. I mean, I've been buying raindrop in like every single one of my pubs, but I swear to God, this item is actually broken in late phase, especially.
You can't spell raindrop without OP.
That is actually true. Collapse. Oh, not again. His mana.
No, not his mana.
Oh, his mana.
The Chrono's out though, and with the Malady, it starts to shift. See if they're going to have the damage to actually do anything about this Topson Morph. I don't think they are. Nothing comes in onto Topson, so he doesn't care. Toro's still trying to find the bash, but he won. Chrono just not quite able to set up anything too great. Size down. I think Maposhka did drop the Death Ward down inside the Chrono at the start, so a little bit of missed damage.
Didn't feel like they were going to get those kills anyways. OG, they pushed them back hard this time, taking the tower, getting aggressive which down 2. That's a pretty big moment for them.
Just saying, I mean, these Chronos, every single time Topson is, he's not missing it at all. He's always getting the shift off, where we're yet to see him be caught without getting the strength built up.
It really feels so hard for them to set up with the Chronos too. Like if they don't, in situations if they do the Chrono, like there's gonna be a global a lot of times to cover it too, or an Overgrowth, or Shaker Fissure. So many different things they have to watch about with the counter initiate. Yeah,
I think that is indeed why Mio's gone for this rush BKB, so that he always is able to drop that combo and capitalize on it. What a good setup for the Chrono. Topson with a nice little tube. Dodges the spear, he's out and away, tries to get onto Collapse, won't latch onto a tree. He might still try and chase this though. Get held back by the roots.
He's got the E-Blade, he's gonna go pick it up. This is now pretty painful here for these supports. Cloaks plus raindrops are your best friend now if you are a Willow and a Witch Doctor.
And he's also got he's got the Nether Shawl.
Of course.
So that extra bit of spell damage here with the burst. Collapse is getting low. He's trying to step back. And this E-Blade with Nether Shell. It's going to do the work. Any of these heroes are going to pop pretty reliably to Topson's burst out.
I swear they always have Nether Shaw on the every time. It's a growth for ranged heroes, Nether Shaw for Shackle and Morphlings. They at least have a Nether Shaw on Mio, so he's got that magic resistance to counteract it a little bit too, as well as his own aggressive potential. Yeah, big moves for OG though, as now they're going to be able to push onto a tier 2. And no chrono for Yellow Submarine. They're a little bit more looking for a straight fight. Sakta's got Blink. They're going to see that now too. So, see what Mio can do. Off the mark.
Radiant's top tower.
Now TP's coming in, Mio. He's got to try and run. And Saxa, he's actually got the control between the Fisher and the Enchant Totem. Anyone else coming to... Yeah, it didn't quite clip him on the range of it, so Mio's out with the Ghost Ward to make it away. Does, of course, now have that BKB on him, so it's a little harder of a target to get unless they can fully lock him down with the stuns.
Topson queued up the Ags. Okay, even though he's versus Willow and some control, yeah, he's going to go for it anyway.
All right. I mean, it's always fun to see. You always want to see it.
Absolutely, Seb. Frontline.
I've got a chrono. Utori's gonna drop it. Just try and stop anyone else from being able to head up to the high ground and get in and help out Seb. Gonna get pretty low here though. Damage over time, ticking so bad down. That curse gonna be enough to kill him. All the unheal. Oh, they try and keep him alive, but it's not gonna work. The damage from mid-one's curse too much. Topson down with the burst. They've jumped onto Utori. Utori just gets comboed on the front lines. He's gone down. They have got the damage to take out No-Tail in return. If they've got any further control, Topson trying to block him up into the root. Death Walk down. Topson turns with the spear to put it in position, but the Chaos Meteor's down upon him. He's gonna go for the TP out. They've got anything to catch the TP. They do. Spears back up, locks him down into the arena. Topson E-Blaze himself. He's trying to escape from this. He's still alive, but the cold snap and the control is enough to finally kill off that Maul.
Very nicely set up there by Yellow Submarine. They blow absolutely everything to kill the Veno. They do it. If they didn't burst Seb there, he gets the mech and the stick off, and then perhaps even is able to survive. But they lose Yotoro before anything kicks off. That's the real costly thing.
Things are going to be hard for him until he gets at least the Manta on. As we're seeing, OG just so much sort of slow and control across the lineup. It's not an easy team to jump into.
So much control he has to worry about. And even when he does have, you know, Manta and all that, you have to be very careful about what you use it, because the root's going to be there if you pop it early. Echo will be there if you pop it early too. Has to be very careful. So many
okay. Thinking about going for the Roche here.
Chrono is down.
Yeah.
No smart. No arena either.
Dire are scattered.
Should be pretty safe here. They don't have their Morphling though. Their big hitter isn't there just yet, so it's dying pretty slowly.
It's been scouted out. They're moving across. Seb on the high ground's going to drop down the ult. Does manage to find the connection onto the few of them here, holding them in place. There's going to be the TP over from Mio. Seb, the focus. He's going to put the heals, but he's out of mana. He's out of health. Seb's going to go down. Saxa jumps to the Mio instantly with the BKB turn over towards Saxa. Overthrow comes out from No-Tail, holds the three of them in position.
Big global.
Arena's dropped down, but this is global, and the damage coming out from mid-one. They're trying to run, but the silence is just cleaning up. Topson's the one to get the 2 kills off the back of it, but it's more in for mid-one.
So bad.
Kills like that, they can go straight back into the pit. Another Sunstrike comes out to scout the situation, but with 2 people down, half them to get in. Maybe a well-timed tornado from Mio to make some magic happen. Chrono's got Chrono at 10. Roshan goes down, jump off from Saxa, who's actually managed to close the gap onto Mio. Mio always trying. He played actually off the mark there, and that's going to give the opportunity for the fit come into play, push back Topson. No-Tail still moving in. Curse on Mio as well, ticking him down, gets another connection as well as the protection. They've come in with a burst. The Fisher from Saxa finishes off the job. Kill Mio off.
You see how Seb is playing on all this. Even though he's 0 and 5, he's doing his job. He goes in the high ground, forces this fight around him. He tanks all these spells while they finish the Roche, and then they come in and get some cleanup kills because of it. I love when the Venomous play like this. Like this is you want to be like, I mean, you don't want to be 0-5, but you want to have all these deaths. You want to be that
another jump
charger.
Saxa, he's been finding so many setups with these Fishers, and he's found just another. The Echo catching onto the 2 of them's collapsed. Will get taken out so bad. Try to retreat up to the high ground, but an E-Blade burst from Topson picks him up as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Beautiful setups here from Saxa. A lot of the last few kills have been down to him and his Fishers.
Has fallen.
Tier 2's down, and now a 6k lead here for OG. Of course, that Aegis holding strong on Topson. They're ready to try and push for the high ground at just 23 minutes in.
Oh, yeah, Yotaro just keeps... He has Chrono.
They need to take down mid one. They will be able to do so. They turn over towards No-Tail with the death ball down. They're going to be able to get the two of them. 2 dead on OG. Can they control Topson long enough on the high ground? They're able to step to the side. Wavebomb's up in a second. In fact, he's going to turn into the void time walk out of the base. He's away. He'll be able to retreat, but the 2 quick kills, as such, off the back of that chrono, will stop OG from pushing him further for now. Mio
trying to chase forward here. Saxa.
Great angle on the Tornado, catching the 2 of them. Cold snap down onto Saxa, but the jump there from Topson. He's in onto Mio. Mio pops the BKB, continued bail onto Saxa. Saxa trying to run the deafening blast. Final few punches should do it. Mio claims the shaker. Collapse has got the wraparound. Arena into the spear. Seb's locked in position. So not only 2 kills off the back of that, 4 in total, as YeLow Submarine will be able to push back OG, despite OG being the side with that Aegis.
Huge chase forward by YeLow Submarine. OG not disengaging very nicely at all. They all kind of stayed looking like they wanted maybe to fight with the way that Saxa ran in, but they get caught off guard there. YeLow Submarine with a much needed gold injection.
It is one of those games where that timing on Mio's Invoker's Axe is
Getting close.
when he has it, a good chrono in the Cataclysm, there's very little that can be used as a counter to that.
Yeah, nowhere near any type of Aeon disc or anything. Not near that territory at all. Mio still needs 1,000 gold and
He's
2 more
close.
levels for the full Exort.
Sure.
Oh, 1 more level actually. Just hit level 17, so it's gonna be big anyway if it does connect. And OG, they're trying to take advantage of the timings. I think they have to play really well around the Chronosphere timing now. Maybe look to even just get this Rax advantage here still, because they do have Topson with this Aegis still for about 2 minutes. So I think they really need to press the issue forward here.
If they can find Mio on the way back. So sit down, catch him. Bishop from Sax's attempts to jump it up. They've got the detection. Mio pops the BKB. Doesn't want to TP though, because No-Tail is around. It's going to be an overgrowth. Oh, and they've got him. You could tell Mio, he knew that was always going to be a risk. Tries to hide in the trees and get out. They're able to find him, OG. Goes down and...
No, and Topson, so he's got that Earthshaker fun. He's also level 17, about to be 18 for that permanent morph duration. And a DD rune to boot right now. It's gonna end by the time we get
sounds like a recipe for pushing up to the high ground.
Yep. Support's one-shottable at this point.
Invoker for 30.
Spell the DD.
Fortification, so slowing this down a little bit. Buying time for Mio to come back to the game. Mio's up. Oh, yeah, 200 gold off the Aghanims. So he's got to pretty much have the Aghanims. They have got Chronosphere. And we see from what Yutoro was trying to go, he's going for the Manta into the MKB. So that he has a good bit of punch himself.
Topson's trying to get his level 18 before he uses the morph, because he's got the 100-second cooldown. He'll have to use it now, but they might be able to set up for Yutoro because they have that vision.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Bruising Brothers.
Find him. Ooh, he went for the TP in the pit for Saxa. He called it bluff. Fisher's out, and Saxa puts a stop to the escape of Yutoro once again.
Level 18 now is finished on Topson, so he will have that permanent morph available after this one. This one still, he's going to have a little bit of downtime in between. Still trapped in the base. 50 seconds, no void. That's a painful one.
Topson able to play with the Aegis.
Aghanims is complete on Mio. Cataclysm at the ready.
They have got other setup, because between the Mars and the Willow alone, a lot of ways to keep them locked in position.
Aegis just gets reclaimed as well.
How much do you want to stick around and how strong they feel right now? Topson. Oh, whip on the combo there. At least they are able to burn his mana low. In place on the Willow as well as the Curse. Space is there for Topson to push on. Tries to turn with the burst on. So bad, but the Glimmer kept safe. So bad's out. Just 10 seconds now until the Void's back up. OG, they actually have enough time to take these racks. Get the range racks. 8 seconds till Void, but of course Topson still hits very hard here. Trying to slow him down. They have brought enough time for the Void to come back in play, and OG won't quite yet have found the melee rack. Topson still wants to stick around. Tornado at the back of the room. See if they got the combo. Arena's down as well as the Spirit. He's locked into the wall. Yutoro jumps in place. He's able to get the Chrono out. There's the Cataclysm coming down. Bursting Topson low into the bashes. Topson's going to fall. OG's got to back off now. They've lost their Morphling. I'm going to say that Seb's walking in. He's able to lay down the ult. To So Bad. Actually, only onto So Bad. Only hit So Bad. Onto the one. The rest of them are going to be fine here. And with that in mind, OG can't push in any further. And YeLow Submarine are going to be able to put together a strong defense there, pushing back OG and getting the big kill on Topson.
They wanted to get a couple more kills out of that, but they get at least a hole. At least it's something, and that's the showing of those big ultis.
YeS on the hunt.
Trying to kill anything they can while Topson is dead, because when Topson is up, that's when it really starts to kick in. Level 18 Morph, he's just gonna be jumping around looking for fights, and Chronosphere's down. So 2 minutes where you're gonna see OG really, or well, let's say 90 seconds where OG's really gonna look to push the envelope forward here. Let's see how Yellow Submarine set up. They're trying to get some D wards out here, trying to get some neutral items picked up in the meantime. They gotta get their lanes out though. Collapse mid is also forcing in.
And would you sort of say overall, considering the lineups, there is a bit of pressure on OG to close this one up sooner than later?
A lot is going to be down to initiation and counter initiation, because there's just too much in this game.
River collapse. He's coming to jump up. He's got the catch on Seb. Marina's down. They lock him into the wall. Seb falls. Topson looking for the opportunity of getting in. He's going to jump over. Burst out the Witch Doctor. Topson able to jump in for more. He's looking in. He's going to jump forward. Sax is in as well. Topson committing onto Mia, but Mia lost the BKB. Spear comes out. Goes back. Topson over to the tree. The bunches into the Cataclysm. Is it enough? Not Topson able to start shifting. He's going to live. Turns over towards the void. Takes down Yatora. Now with the BKB wearing off Mio. He's got nothing else to help himself. He has a tornado. It's not enough, is it? Saxa, he's in. Or maybe they haven't got any further detection. They don't. Mio's actually going to be able to make it away with the Ghost Wall. He will live. 3 kills for OG. Actually 4 if you, of course, with Poshka having to buy back. OG now with a big opening to go for further objectives. Saxa still hunting. Saxa find this.
Very low on mana, but he's got the Wex move speed. Topson can't quite get on top of him. That time dilation saved his life. And everyone's spells were just locked while they were trying to chase Mio there. Topson couldn't enchant totem, couldn't do anything. And they're gonna get is that they getting in timing? They don't get it in time. Outpost is on both sides, so he's almost able to get both of them.
We'll have the 4 bounty runes though with this map control OG's got. While Yellow Submarine are taken out.
And more downtime for the poor Void. Wanting to farm during all this. Sure, you want to be playing around your chrono cooldown, but he's dying. You know, these 2 deaths that he's had in between have been so painful for him to get his farm.
They're trying their best to keep him in. They're giving him the tomes. Keep up in XP.
Topson at the ready, at the hunt. Waiting for someone to show.
Trying to do something big with this chrono. They're coming out of the base with the smoke. The question is if OG are going to expect this. As they're coming around the time where it's getting close to the Roshan respawn potentially. 30 seconds until we see when he's up. Oh no, that is when he's up.
That is when it's up, yeah.
He's up in 20 seconds.
They were probably hoping to find it right then. OG still just sitting on the high ground waiting for some type of aggressive move.
Torrent actually not moving with them. Focus on farming. I mean, I guess, yeah, just holding around here whilst Roche respawns, and it's 5 seconds if Collapse hangs around. He's going to see it. I think the question is if they do see it and if they do manage to take it in time, but
their base is getting pushed. Yeah, the catapult's here. The creep wave has arrived. OG, they're going to start knocking at it. Force them back here. Yep, there goes Topson. He's in.
Yeah, they got to head back soon. Yatora is still yet to spend his money as he pushes out. I mean, I guess he's thinking he has picked up the MKB recipe. Can he still afford to go for the MKB, or does he have to the BKB?
Needs a BKB. Too much BKB. They're gonna set up here. They're smoked, and they find a big grab.
That's gonna try. He's never get the spear on a Seb. Can they lock him down long enough to stop him from getting any spells off? He'll get the ult off, but he dies very quickly after. Yatora's back now. Want to jump out and try and chase. On the retreat, and they'll play it cool. Yellow Submarine, they've killed Seb, the second member of OG out away from this push. OG actually smoking up, and Sax and Topson, they're looking to see if they can get to jump outside of the base, because Maposhka and Soba, they're splitting up, they're heading out.
They see everything right now, too. They see the 2 supports with their work. Maposhka, very dead. And Sobat is very likely to get chased out, too, here. No tail. Both Topson on the track.
They might be able to connect. Yatora's coming in. He's found Topson. And with the Cataclysm coming down, are they going to have the damage? They are. They're able to blow him up with the Cataclysm. Yatora goes over towards Midway. Saxa throws him down with the ultimate straight away. Collapse also bursts in place as they will both ball Saxa with a quick counterplay. Get revenge for the loss of his Morphling, and Saxa's not done. He's chasing for more. So they're coming over towards this Willow. This control should have enough. Fishes up. Doesn't even need to come out. The damage from Mid-One's glaives more than enough to take down Sobat before the TP is successful.
And again, they may
kill Topson, but they lose a lot for that.
They may be, yeah, exactly. They may be able to get Topson, but OG, they put themselves in a position where it's not all about Topson. Mid one is also this massive carry, 58 intelligence, gets full hex with this quiver as well on top. He is hitting it extremely hard. And now no chrono, and they hold.
This mid-rack should be gone for sure. This time round, OG able to push in with no issues. Collapse. Use the buyback here for these. Feeling that they can put together any sort of defense without the void. And it's just still a sort of a bit of an awkward position. We've seen Yatori these last few fights. I mean, last 5 minutes or so being... He just had this 30... No, amongst all the chaos, though, they're going to have a lot more opportunities to hit the big combos. Mio, he's pretty much got an Octarine complete. I mean, that's one thing when you sort of consider the amount of chaos we've had this game and the fact that OG's 9k ahead. Mio's farming the Invoker. I mean, his game as well as it's hard for him to really do more. He's at 11, 3, and 10 this game on the Invoker. And he's just as farmed as Topson is.
Yeah, he's absolutely been owning for sure. Just how much of a difference can this one make? We'll see. It's just it feels like they just have too many elements to deal with because they have to blow everything on either the Morphling or the Silencer. Like they have to find a two-man setup. They have to get a two-man turn at some point.
Well, Roshan's going down, and I think it is sort of what you said. I don't think YeLo Submarine are going to try to lead why it would be that high. But only the 13%, if it is 13%, it's definitely there for YeLo. Do still have that an incredible combo, but they can't really get away with nothing less than perfect execution. OG.
Pretty much.
I've got the strengths now. Knocked out. BKB is going to come out immediately from Neo. Topson's going to try and chase in onto Mio, but he wasn't to the top of the wall, and now with the Cataclysm, Topson is still alive himself. Jumps over as he time walks. The bash is in there, but Topson's alive. He's going to be fine. He's able to turn, take down Yatoro. Yatoro, he goes down without buyback as Yatoro bought the BKB, but he didn't use it. He's dead with a non-used BKB. So hold there on Mio, and just like that, well, I think we've come back to a bit of an abrupt finish. There's 3 heroes dead. No one's got buyback. That's actually GG. All right, well, that's it. A bit of a sudden ending. And again, they had a lot of fighting, and that's a good hold for YeLo Submarine, but at the end of the day, never mind that 13%